Now that you have completed your portfolio, you should start knowing your customers more and understand their needs. Customer needs vary based on several factors, including 1. Pricing, where the customer purchase decision is more likely to happen if you have a cheaper product than the one he's currently purchasing. For example, if you're selling a long-life milk product to a small coffee shop, he cares only if you're offering cheaper milk for his coffee. It's important for him to reduce cost and increase profit. 2. Quality. The customer requires certain quality from the product to sustain consistency. For example, if you're dealing with a well-known high-end restaurant chain, they might be willing to accept your product at same price, or maybe even a bit higher, if your product will give them more richness or solve taste consistency issues they are facing with their current supplier's product. 3. Specific service requirements, where the customer is facing operational hassles from the current supplier service level. For example, the customer is facing challenges as his current supplier can deliver more than once a week, while the customer has a small storage area and is forced to stack and cut from the workspace. But you can supply twice a week and solve a logistics concern for them. Another example would be a customer that needs his product to be delivered early in the morning, to be able to serve it fresh, and as his current supplier can't meet this need, the customer is forced to sacrifice freshness to avoid hassles in his operation. But you can deliver in the early morning. 4. Product specification, where the customer needs a product with special specification. Sometimes this is for a more complex type of customer. For example, an industrial bakery factory that produces short-life puff pastries with 21 days shelf life filled with feta cheese. To produce this product, the feta cheese used must have a certain amount of water in it to maintain the quality standards of the product till its expiry date. 5. Packaging. The customer requires specific packaging material or size to maintain or increase his operations efficiency. For example, a big desserts or sweets operator using ghee and consuming 500 kilograms on a daily basis, it would be much more convenient to use a 15 kilogram package instead of using a 1 kilogram tin in the production process. 6. Payment terms. Some customers can make all their purchases in cash, while others cannot, as they have organized cycles and accounting systems, so it's not possible to work with them except if it's on credit basis. For example, a big QSR fast food chain, is it possible to deliver to each branch and receive a cash payment for each delivery? No, it's not, because they have a cycle that must be completed for payments to be issued. On the other hand, if you're delivering to a small coffee shop, you can deliver and receive cash payments on spot. 7. Procurement procedures. Depending on the type of customer, there are some procedures to be able to start selling to them. For example, if you will work with an international chain, they will ask you first to send all your official documents, like your company's commercial register, VAT registration, tax card, and maybe other documents. While if you're entering a tender, you might need to purchase the official tender booklet, send samples for a technical test to see if it meets specification, send a sealed price offer, sign a long-term commitment agreement, and pay supply insurance. A variance of these factors triggers a purchase decision or agreement, depending on the type and complexity of the customer and product. Let's dive deep in the next lecture to see how all of this links together or relates, as these factors not only affect the customer's buying decision, it is also how you would know how to best manage your customer and sustain your product and business.